Hi guys, and welcome to our video lecture for this week. Okay, now for this week we're going to talk about the regular Falsi method. This is another method in finding the root of equation. Remember sa week 1 natin, di ba, we have the half interval method or the bisection method, wherein in that method, ang goal natin is to look for the root of our equation. Tama po ba? Okay, now for this week, we're going to talk another method which is also used in finding the root of the equation. So, ibig sabihin, if example, nag-solve tayo dun sa week 1 natin, meron akong problem dun. If I'm going to solve it again using this method, I should come up with approximately the same answer. Okay? Because again, ang goal ng dalawa, nung half interval and itong regular falsi method is to look for the root of our equation. Okay? Alright. Now, for the regular falsi method, by the way, this is also called the false false position method. Okay? Baka lang mag-search kayo sa internet at iba yung mahanap nyo um, na title, well, that will be the same. Okay? This is the regular falsi method or also known as the false position method. Okay, sa regular falsi method, meron tayong isang important formula na dapat nandaan. Alright? We have the xr is equal to xu minus f of xu times xl minus xu over f of xl minus f of xu. Okay, yung pinakatatandaan dito, class, is meron tayong xr, xu, and xl. Ibig sabihin ng xu, this is the x upper, x lower, then you have your xr here. Itong XR yung tinatry nating hanapin na close. Ito maging close siya sa ating final answer. Ito namang f of xu, I hope alam yung ibig sabihin nito. Ibig sabihin yung ating function, ilalagay natin yung xu natin. Alright? And then, ito, yung ating function, ilalagay natin yung ating xl and we solve for it. Alright, so this is the formula. Sometimes, this is not xu sa mga ibang reference. Okay? Minsan, this is, ang xu, by the way, itong xu at saka xl, this is our upper and lower limit, or kumbaga, this is your x positive or x negative. Kasi in regular falsi method, usually meron tayong tinatawag na initial guess. Okay? Before tayo mag-solve, meron na tayong initial guess kung anong hanggang what is the interval of our answer. Kumbaga, meron na tayo at the back of our mind kung saan yung answer natin maglalay. Say for example, alam natin that the answer is between positive 1 and positive 5. Kumbaga ganun. So, if ganun yung ating initial guess, yung positive 1 natin will be our x lower, and yung ating positive 5 will be our x upper. Alright? So, parang ganun siya. And using that x upper and lower, i-derive natin si xr. Then, titingnan natin sa xr kung if substitute ba natin siya sa original equation. If it would equal to 0, then ibig sabihin, boom, we find our root of the equation. Okay? Okay. Now, we'll have our example para mas maintindihan siya. So, say for example, we have the problem, find the other roots of f of x is equal to 4x cubed 3x squared minus x plus 16.2. So, the other roots, hanapin daw. Given na siya sa problem na yung root 1 natin is this one. Alright? Now, question, bakit may roots na, may answer na? Why do we need to find the root, the other root? Take note, class, that this is x cubed. Ibig sabihin, you would have 3 roots. Right? So, given ang first root, then we have to look for the other root. Okay, now, in order to check kung itong root ba talaga na ito ay the root of this equation, simply substitute itong value ng ating itong 1.54883, substitute it to the x here, and this should be equal to 0. Right? So if I were you, I will pause the video and then I'm gonna check it. Okay, so assuming na check nyo na, let us proceed. So meron pa tayong dalawang root na hinahanap. Take note, sabi ko kanina, before natin sisimulan ang solutions dito, we should have at least initial or alam natin kung saan yung answer naglalay. At saka given sa problem that yung R2 daw natin lies between negative 1 and negative 2, and your R3 lies between 3 and 2. Take note, this is your xk positive. Sometimes this is called xk positive. And in our formula, ito na yung tinatawag na natin na x upper. We also have the x negative. Okay? Or in our equation, itong x negative natin is this is our, guess what? This is our x lower. Okay? So, I hope na visualize nyo siya. Um, yes, ito na yung ating estimate. Now, first, hanapin muna natin si R2. Alright. Now, this will be our format in solving this type of problems. So, first, I want you to create a table. First column would be your K. This is your XK positive. Ito na yung, yeah, itong XK positive or ito na yung XU natin. Then, we have our XK negative or our XL. Then, we have our XK plus 1 or ito na yung ating XR and your F of XK plus 1. Ibig sabihin, ito yung value ng ating F na sinubstitute itong XK plus 1. Alright? So, ito yung magiging table natin. Now, I have here another column. Nilagay ko lang yung aking F of XU and F of XL para lang, because I'm using the Excel, para madali kong mahanap yung ating XK positive. And take note, yung formula nito is this one. Medyo mahaba siya. So, I solved first itong F of XU and F of XL para i-substitute ko na lang siya. But again, remember na ang formula nito is this one. Okay, now this will be the first step. First, we will look for our R2. So, how do we do it? Of course, yung first iteration natin will be 0. So, 0 iteration. Yung first na XU natin is yung given natin, which is, what will be your X upper? This will be the XK positive, which is negative 1. I'm gonna write here negative 1. And sa ating XL or sa lower limit or estimate natin would be our negative 2. I'm gonna write negative 2. And since naka-Excel siya, automatic na po siya nagsisolve. Okay? If you wanna create program or gawa na siya ng Excel, pwede lang din naman. But kung ayaw nyo, then you can do it manually. Okay? So, in my case, nag-Excel na lang ako para medyo mabilis na lang yung video na to. Anyways, this is just simply substitution of formula. Alright. Na itong ating XK plus 1, ito yung formula. You pause the video and then you try to solve it, please. Okay, you should get this one. I-check nyo muna, no, itong f of u. Ibig sabihin, yung atang function, nilagay ko yung x na negative 1. Yung atang f of xl, itong function na to, using your value ng x na negative 2, which is your xl. You should get this one, and then ilagay nyo siya sa ating xr na equation, and you should get this. Okay, you pause the video and you solve that. And then, after getting the x, isa-substitute natin siya sa original equation. Titingnan natin kung magzi-zero siya. And since this is not yet 0, ibig sabihin we have not yet derived to the final answer, wherein kailangan ulit natin mag-second iteration. Alright. So, sa second iteration natin, ito na. Yung XU natin is still, yung XU natin, siya na po yung itong ating XR will be our next XU. And this one, you copy. Parang similar siya dun sa ating half interval method before. Alright? Diba? If this is positive, ano nga mangyayari? If this is positive, i-retain si XK negative. Itong ating X upper would be ito yung previous natin na XR kanina. Still, XR, isusolve natin siya. First, sinolve ko muna itong FXU and then FXL. Then, solve the XR using itong formula natin. You should get this one. Pause the video to verify the calculations here. And then, substitute natin sa equation. You should get this. Since it's not yet 0, ibig sabihin, I would continue to my next iteration. So, iteration number 2, since this is positive, ano nga ulit yung rule? We are going to retain the XK negative. Retain po natin siya, and ating XK positive would be this one. And, ito na yung ating XU, XL, then solve for this. Ma'am, this is already 0.0. Should I stop? This is close to the answer, but we can still be closer, mas close pa siya sa answer if this would be 0.00. So, we're going to look for the answer na aabot tayo sa 0.00. Okay? So, continue yung iteration. This is again 0.03. You can pause the video to verify the answers here. I mean the calculation. So, this is not yet 0.00. So, proceed pa tayo ng isa. Sa ating fourth iteration, still not 00. Another iteration. And this is now already 0.00. Ibig sabihin, I can now stop. Okay? So, this means that our answer or yung one of our roots would be this one. Ayun. So, I can now write this or copy-paste ko lang siya dito. Then, I have my, I have my R2. So, this is negative 1.02470. So, pag nag-solve kayo sa papel, you can have at least, 4 decimal na lang para hindi siya masyadong marami. Alright? So, pause the video and check if itong root na na-solve natin is really one of the roots. Alright, so I hope to post to you the video and na-verify ang ating result. Okay, next, we still have our R3. And sabi dito, yung ating xk plus estimate is 3 and our xk negative estimate is 2. So, sa aking table, papalitan ko lang to ng this is upper would be 3 and then this one is 2. Ayan. So, in your, pagka na nag-solve, of course, kaya na mag-decide kung kailan ka mag-stop. Okay? Ang requirement ko lang is dapat itong f of xk plus 1 natin would be 0.00. Right? Okay. Now, still, same process pa din kanina. If you like to verify, pause the video. Yung ating f of k dito, f of xk plus 1 is not yet 0. Ibig sabihin, I would still have to proceed. At for the next iteration, still, hindi pa rin. So, proceed pa sa next. Okay? Again, this is negative. If negative, i-retain tong xk positive. So, andito yung 3 and itong ating xk negative would be yung xr kanina. Right? So, parang baliktad lang siya. Additional iteration. This is 0.9. So, ibig sabihin, negative. So, i-retain natin mamaya. Wait lang. This is negative. So, kanina na-retain si xk plus and yung ating xk negative would be your xr kanina. Again, di pa siya 0.00. So, additional iteration. You have 0.3. Pababa ng pababa. So, proceed lang tayo sa next iterations. 0.1. Additional iteration. 0.06. Kulang pa. Additional iteration. Actually, this will do, no? But in our case, in my case, or in my class, our class, I would require you for uniformity na up to 0.00. Okay? This is 0.02, another iteration. And we have 0.00. Okay? So, which means we have to stop here. And, ibig sabihin, yung ating third root would be this one. Okay, so I'm gonna write here. Kanina ito yung, kanina to, hindi to kasali. So ito yung ating root, third root, 2.54971. 2.54971. Again, you pause the video and substitute this value dito if you can derive or if it would equal to 0. Okay, so if na-notice nyo class, our answer here sa R3 is 2.549. Dito kanina sa 0.1, medyo malapit na siya, no? Actually, as the value of f of x goes closer and closer sa 0, lumalapit tayo sa final answer. So, actually, we can have here, pwede naman itong 2 point dito, dito, medyo close na sila, di ba? But then again, in our class, gagamitin natin itong 0.00, up to 0.00 dapat. So, kung I would proceed pababa, say for example, I would add more iterations, sinipagan ko, until I've derived to tatlong zero, I would get this. And this answer class, this is the mas malapit siya sa accurate. Kasi if I'm gonna solve this one sa calculator, ang R3 ko ay 2.550. Eto. So, mas malapit siya. Mas zero siya, mas malapit siya sa final answer, sa correct answer. Again, this is just approximations. Okay? So, that is our regular falsi method. If you have questions, Google nyo muna. If hindi talaga, then you can PM me. And if not, pag medyo mahirap talaga or mas nalilito, um, I will be at the office lang for the whole week. So you can just go to the office and clarify things. Okay? So that's it for this topic. Stay safe and God bless. Bye bye.